The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Corinthians. Diaz! It's bounced back off the post. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Lewandowski. Kubo. Oh, that's a key interception. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, the centre of midfield, Peter, is where battles are won and lost. So I see Rodri as a player who can dominate his midfield position. He's excellent at winning and recycling.
And a chance! Goal! Corinthians! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now it's Lewandowski. Rodri cuts out the pass. João Palhinha. AZ finding their passes. Kivior. Now it's Martinez. Rafinha. And the finish! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Knocks it out wide. Looking to play him in. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's Martinez.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Nuno Mendes. Oh, good spread. Now that looks a decent ball. He's had a shot! Oh, taken with style! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Corinthians are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established. Well, from experience, I can tell you he'll get a lot of stick for getting that one wrong. Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Rafinha, nicely spread. João Palhinha. And here's the chance to counter. And this is Lukaku. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's having a shot! And he hits the net. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
It's a sharp pass. Lukaku. Lewandowski. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Tar kept his eye on it, and he's there. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Acerbi. Well, they've got it again. Kivior. Plays a sharp little ball here. Real chance here. Shapes to shoot! It's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
Corinthians take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
And the referee brings the first half to a close. And the action is back underway.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Acerbi. Kivior. He's gone forward. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Played out wide. Calafiori has it in a wide position. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
AZ clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Kivior.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
And this is Lewandowski. Great defending, strong and determined. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Lukaku! Tchouameni. Corinthians are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And he's worked it through. Kivior. He shifted it to the flank. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
João Palhinha. And it's Lukaku. And here's Nunez. Now it's Darwin. Nice sequence of passes, this. Kivior. Aims beyond the defence.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And here's Lewandowski. And he's quick to snatch it back. Now it's Lukaku. Now it's Kubo.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Kubo. Great vision. Shot could... It's Lukaku! Sticks it away! And they are dragging it back! Game on again!
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Kubo. Nicely weighted ball. Dink through. That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Nunez takes a shot! It's hit the upright. Nunez's cross.
Substituição no time do Corinthians.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Camisa 13, camisa 33, camisa 4. Deixando o campo para a entrada
They've got to be quick to
camisa
recover
9,
this.
Camisa
Thuram
18,
tries to clear.
Camisa 2.
And now a sudden chance to counter.
Substituição em andamento.
And here's Kubo.
Kubo really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Now it's Darwin. Into the last 5 minutes. Now it's Lewandowski. Looking for the run. Martinez! No mistake! And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Corinthians could not have picked a better time to snatch a 2-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that will be it. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
One-sided and only one winner, Peter. The players didn't show enough togetherness and it was weak throughout.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Now it's Martinez. Shoots! Corinthians have a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, there's a probing ball. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba. For me, Peter, he's someone who's shown great leadership from such a young age when starting his career in France. I see a lot of bravery and courage, and I think they're words you associate with somebody who is very good in both boxes.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Rodri. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here.
Rafinha. Now it's Lewandowski. Spread it left. Now it's Diaz. Oh, what a mistake! Hangs in a cross. And that should get the job done. AZ still without a single shot on target. Calafiori spots it and intercepts. Diaz. Now it's Lewandowski. Tries to pass it through.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And it's Lewandowski.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Elanga. And it's Mendes. Looking for the run. Thinks about the shot. Caught offside that time. Tar kept his eye on it, and he's there. Chouameni. 30 minutes gone. And here's Kubo. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Diaz. He has found the way through. Van der Ven makes the interception. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. No, that's been intercepted. Martinez, always onto this. Lewandowski showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now, can they get him away? And the shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Cleared without complication.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
That's the keeper's ball. And now a sudden chance to counter.
AZ couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
João Palhinha, Nuno Mendes, João Palhinha. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Lukaku! He's scored! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps, that's not too much to ask.
AZ can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. Here we go again.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out, see if you can open them up a bit more.
Now it's Lukaku, just eases him off the ball. Nice looking ball. Rafinha in acres of space out wide. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Lukaku might just make this. Rafinha. Danilo. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now then, the ball's come loose. And that's another good win of the ball. Kubo. Calafiori with the clearance. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach.
It's Lukaku! He's got away with one there. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Aims beyond the defence. Decent chance! That is decidedly lacking.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Van de Ven. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Kubo. Great vision. He can run onto that. Chance! Played out to the right. That looks a good cross. Now that's well seen too. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Diaz. And it's Tchouaméni. Calafiori. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. And that could set him on his way. He's shifting through the gears here. Great ball, and he's in. Chance for a shot! Goal! And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
AZ are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Nuno Mendes. Elanga. Oh, it's a great ball here. Kivior. That's really well manoeuvred. And claimed it back swiftly. That has been slung wide. That ball looks a good one.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Elanga! Just cruising! They are cruising! And the lead is extended still further. It is a good finish. The odds were against him, little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Substituição no time do Corinthians. Camisa
We have got
23.
changes here, from both sides in
Camisa
fact.
21.
AZ
Camisa
find a
10.
position of real strength now.
Camisa 13.
De Paul.
Deixando o campo para a
Has a
entrada
look and plays it forward.
Camisa 18.
Danilo. And that will be it. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Elanga, voted man of the match, and deservedly so. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it.